So today's video is going to be like the third installment to my makeup collection declutter. This one is going to be on my bronzers, highlighters, and blushes. This is what the drawer looks like. So I'm just going to be pulling stuff out and showing it to you. And let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so we're gonna start with some blushes first. First up are some Essence blushes. This one is Satin Love and this one is Satin Coral. I actually just got these like a couple months ago, so I am going to be keeping them. They're very inexpensive and they're very pretty shades. One is rosy pink and the other one is coral color. I'm not going to swatch everything, but I'll try to swatch some. But they're very creamy and I don't know if you can see it. They're very, very pretty blushes for the price. I want to say that these are like $1.99 or $2.99. They're very inexpensive and I am going to be keeping these. This is the Laura Geller New York Baked Blush and Brighten. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I haven't really had a chance to play with it, so I am going to be keeping it. It's got like a little bit of a sheen, like a satin, kind of like these two over here. Surprisingly, it's not as creamy as the Essence one, but it is a very smooth texture and I want to test it out, so I am going to be keeping this one as well. Next up are some more drugstore ones that I've gotten. This is the Revolution Matte Blush and this one is in the color Nude. I'm going to keep it and play with it a little bit more because it is kind of new to my collection. I can't remember which YouTuber recommended the Revolution blushes, but it is a nice blush. This is the Milani Blush in Romantic Rose. It is kind of new, so I do feel like you have to kind of get past this flower shape. This one just feels like you kind of have to break through kind of like that first layer. But I am going to be keeping this one because it is newer to my collection as well. Next up are some NYX blushes. I'm probably going to declutter most of these just because I've had them and I haven't reached for them. They're not bad. I've just gotten other blushes that I prefer. This one's probably my favorite. This is the Nude to Me. I love like nude shades, like that brown color on the cheek. I prefer that most of the time. This one's nice. I might keep this one. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile, but I am going to be decluttering these two just because I don't reach for them as much. This one is the Strictly Chic. This is more of a corally color. It looks really orange in the pan, but when it goes on, it is more of a coral color. I have coral throughout my collection and it's not something that I use all the time, more in the summer. So this is like, I've only used this like a couple times, so I still have the plastic to it and everything, so I'd rather just declutter that so it's not sitting in my collection and not being used. Next one is Mauve to Me. This is another really pretty shade. It leans more on like the plum color, but once it goes on your cheeks, it's a nice like flush of pink. But again, I have this throughout my collection in different palettes, so I don't reach for this. I like palettes or minis. So I do have a lot of singles and I still use them. Like a lot of them stay in my work vanity just because it's smaller, so it's easier to fit. When I'm doing makeup on the weekend, I love to use palettes and like mix and do different shades each time. Next up is this NYX Matte Bronzer. This is a really good bronzer and I used this when I first got it like nonstop. I really enjoy this bronzer. Again, I've gotten so much in my collection that I don't reach for it as much anymore. So I'm probably gonna pass this on as well. These Wet n Wild blushes. This is the color Hummingbird Hype. This came in the Flights of Fancy collection. I decluttered a lot of that collection just because I prefer high-end palettes, but these blushes, these baked blushes, are absolutely gorgeous. I do believe I decluttered two of them and they're not here, but I set them aside. One was like a bright fuchsia pink. It was just the color was a little too intense. And then the other one was this really pretty champagne color, which I think would look really nice on lighter skin tones. But this one is the one that I enjoyed. So I am going to keep this one, and then the other two, which I don't have here in front of me, I am going to be decluttering it, which I actually decluttered already. Next up is this Bare Minerals Perfecting Veil. I know Veil is more of a setting powder, but I used this as a bronzer because it was really dark. This is in Sheer Boost Light to Medium, and when I would put it on, it was just, I don't know, it just made my skin look dark. It was supposed to be like their veil is supposed to be like a setting powder, and this just was, for me, a little too dark. So I used it as a bronzer. Probably can't see it in the camera, but it's just got this brown cast to it. So I use it as a bronzer, but I am going to be letting this go. Moving on to this Note blush. I got this blush in my BoxyCharm. It's really pretty. It's very pigmented. I still want to play with it a little bit more. I have been keeping this in my work vanity. It is a very pretty coral color. This probably will last a long time because you just need the lightest hand because it's very pigmented. So I am going to be keeping this. This Ginger and Gold. I don't know. It's like this chunky. It's really pretty color, but the texture of it, I don't know if you can see it, but when you dip your brush in there, it's not even like powdery. It's just chunks of powder that come out in it. And I don't mind powdery formulas. I do think they blend out better, but this is not powdery. This is just big chunks. Again, a really pretty color, but I am going to be decluttering this one. Next up, a cult classic. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. I am going to be keeping this one. I don't love it. I really like it during the summer. It's a little too, I want to say glittery. It's just got, the finish is a little too sheeny, maybe like a sheen. I don't know. I know this is a cult favorite. I think this is really pretty for paler skin. I am going to be keeping it just because I do like it during the summer, but it isn't my favorite blush. So here are some Tarte minis. I love minis. I am going to be keeping these just because I love the Tarte blushes and the formula. This I got in a kit and I broke up and then like gave out some as Christmas gifts that, you know, Christmas coming up. These I got like free for spending a certain amount instead of spending money on a full size. This one is in the color Harmony. Then we have this one in Feisty. It's a little bit of a deeper shade. And then this one, I use this one a lot. This is in Party, P-A-A-A-R-T-Y. And then these are newer to my collection. This again came in a set. And it was like on clearance after the holidays. So here's a tip. A lot of this holiday stuff is gonna go on sale after Christmas. So if it's something you don't absolutely need right now. So I know a lot of people are new to my channel because my channel is kind of new. I like high-end stuff. I don't like paying high-end price. So stick with me, girls. I'm telling you right now. More than 80% of my collection I have purchased on points, coupons, during sales. I tend to shop for myself during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then after the holidays. So I know I like these blushes, so I look for kits afterwards. I am going on a low buy because I do feel like my collection is a pretty decent size. This is in the color Flare, and this is more of a pink color. And then this is a more peachy coral color, and this is in Majesty. I haven't dipped into this one yet. I have dipped into Flare. Flare is a very pretty color. This is in Traveled, and this is more of that nude brown, like a nude, more nude shade. So they are pretty different, and I am keeping all of these. These were inexpensive. Tarte blushes are, I want to say like $29, $21, and these I got in like a kit. I have a video where I talk about how much this was, and then again these I got at like at Sephora or Ulta, like when you spend money and you get like little blushes. So this is the Benefit Majorette, and what's this, Pep, Poise, and Popularity? I don't know what color this is. I don't know how to use this blush. It's like a creamy blush. I've tried using it several times. I haven't had any luck with it. I am going to be decluttering it just because The packaging, although it's really cute, like this would look really nice on someone's vanity, I don't have a place for this. Like it sits in here and I don't know how to use it. I've attempted to use it several times, and it comes with this really cute mirror. So this is really cute, but I'm going to be decluttering this as well. Besides my palettes that I'll go into, I think now we can move into like bronzers. This is the Lorac Tantalizer. I got a mini because again, I don't ever go through the larger size. This is a really nice bronzer when I want a more sparkly sun-kissed glow. It's like a baked shade, and that's it, like right here in the middle. Very, very pretty color. It's not a matte. I am going to be keeping this. Next up are the butter bronzers. I got the regular bronzer and then the deep bronzer. I got the regular bronzer and it was too light, but it worked really well when I would purchase like a light foundation and correcting that foundation. So that's what I ended up using it for, but I am going to be decluttering it. It's actually the first thing that I put a dent in. Like I think just a little bit more and I probably hit pan. You probably can't see it, but there's like a really big dent here in the center, but I don't use this anymore. I haven't been reaching for this one, so I'm probably just gonna throw this one away. This one I just picked up now that they came out with new shades. I still feel like they need to get a little bit deeper. This is deep bronzer and it works for my skin, which my skin color isn't real deep. So this is in the color deep bronzer, and this is a really nice bronzer. I am going to be keeping this one. Next up are some Milani bronzers that I just picked up recently. So a lot of these aren't even open, and I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not, but this is the Milani in Soleil. And this is in Dolce, and then this one is in Glow. And this is the only one that's open right now. I picked these up like a couple months ago. I don't know, just on a whim, just because they were on sale. Just don't love the formula. I think I'm going to keep this one and play with it, but I might like gift these during the holidays just because I think somebody else might like them. They're just not my kind of formula that I prefer. I still think they're a great bronzer, so I think I'm going to keep the color Glow and Declutter, Soleil, and Dolce, even though these colors are really pretty, but they're similar. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna just keep one. I don't know which one yet, and then declutter the other ones. This came in a little kit. Again, I like minis. This is the Too Faced travel bronzer set, and it came with a little brush, and I gave that to a friend of mine as a gift along with the lighter shade, and then I kept the deeper shades. Like this one is in Sunny Bunny, and these are like their most popular bronzers and like a set of minis, and I prefer doing that because then I get to try it and I save in cost. I think like the entire set costs like 17 bucks. I got it like on Amazon. And then this one is Chocolate Soleil. So I haven't really dipped into this one yet. I have dipped into this one. It's really pretty. This one has more of a like a sheen to it, and then I think this one is more of a matte. Also the famous Hoola bronzer. This is a really nice bronzer. It's a matte bronzer. For the price, I got the mini, and I've made a little bit of a dent in it, but I'm glad I got the mini because I've found other bronzers that I like just as much as this one for a fraction of the cost, and I will talk about that now. So this is the Mark Glow Together. Mark is like a brand by Avon. They have like a little teeny bopper side, and it's Mark, and this bronzer is probably one of my favorite bronzers. It's a very soft, like powdery formula. This blends out really nicely, and I do prefer this over the Hoola bronzer, and I want to say that this was like 10 bucks or something like that. So, and it's got like a pretty decent amount in here. This came in a kit, like a little minis kit. This is the Tarte Park Ave Princess. This is like one of their popular bronzers. This is a really nice bronzer. So this is a mini, and this has like a nice sheen to it. I use this a lot for work. It actually lives in my work vanity, so I am going to be keeping this one. These back here are just this came in like a little milk set. I am keeping all of these because I haven't even tested them out. Comes with like a serum, this like little blush, this highlighter. There was like a holographic highlighter that I felt was a little too light for me, so again I broke that off and I gave that to my friends. So I like to get a lot of kits, and then I like to break off items that probably match my friend's skin tone and then make like a little beauty bag. So I am keeping those because I haven't tested those out. But we do have a few blushes that I missed. So these are some more minis that I'm keeping because I just got them. This is the Hourglass and Mood Exposure. This is a really pretty like plummy color, so I am going to be keeping that one. Again, I am obsessed with minis. This is probably one of my favorite blushes of all time. I had gotten this in a BoxyCharm, and it's the Ofra Formatting Blush, and I decided to buy it when their new packaging came out. I know this doesn't look like their new packaging, but Ulta had the new packaging and I ordered it, and this came in, and I was so upset. I emailed Ulta about it, and they tried to resend me a new one, and I got an old one again, so they let me return the first one I got, and I pretty much got this one for free. But this is like my favorite blush of all time. This color is stunning. I know it looks really dark, but it's a really, really pretty like bronzy brown color, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And next up is this NARS Orgasm. I know this is a cult favorite. This came in like a minis Sephora kit. I am not crazy about this blush. I'm going to play with it a little bit more. I really don't understand what the hype is over this blush. I do think this is probably gorgeous with people with small pores and like lighter skin. I don't know. I don't get it. I honestly don't. I'm going to play with it a little bit more. I only tried it out one time and I wasn't crazy about it. But so my camera overheated. Let's see if we can run through this. I'm going to go through my palettes real quickly, and then we'll go through my highlighters. First up, I'm going to be keeping all of my BH Cosmetics just because I do like to have these because of the variety in them. So I am going to be keeping these. This is the classic. These are by BH Cosmetics, and they're always having sales. I think I got like each of these, after I average everything out, it was like $7 to $10. So they're very inexpensive. Now that is during one of their sales, but even when they're on their regular price, they're an inexpensive brand. But the palette is really great, especially if you're a makeup artist. Again, I'm a makeup enthusiast. This is great to me to put in like a kit just because of the variety that you get. And again, this is the classic blush. This is the professional. This is like very summer to me because it just has a lot of pops of color. And then this one is the Glamour. I actually use this one a lot on myself, these 4 colors right here. So this is a really nice one, again, for the price. Even if I just use these 4, they're very inexpensive. And then the Nude Blush, this is another one that I use quite a bit. So these are more of your nude shades. Another blush palette is this Pacifica. This lives in my work vanity. This is a very powdery blush, but it gives you a very nice wash of color and lasts all day. So I am going to be keeping this one just because, again, even though it's really powdery, it really leaves a very nice wash of color, very blended, and I do enjoy it. These are 2 of the Milani ones. I got in a set where it came with this, a bag, they're rose oil, and I really wanted to try especially this one. So I am going to be keeping this one. This one is in Floral Fantasy. This one's a little bit of a deeper one, and I'm probably going to be gifting this one just because it's brand new, it's still sealed, and I thought that the kit for the price, just break it apart. So I am going to be decluttering this one and probably gifting it now that the holidays are coming up. Some more blushes. These are the Jouer blushes. These are new to my collection. I am not going to be decluttering these. I've dipped into both of these. Actually, I haven't dipped into this one. This one's really pretty. I hope it works for my skin tone. It does look a little light, but those are just those nude shades I just absolutely love. This one was the one I was actually really excited about. And then I've already used this one. It's a very pretty pink blush. And then I just picked up the new rose one during the VIB sale. So this one's really pretty too. This one's kind of like that light nudie one, except this has like that sheen. It's got like a sparkly, it's a little bit more on the peach side. I am keeping these. So these are kind of like highlighting blush palettes. This is the Becca Blush with Light. I am keeping this one. I love, love, love this. I know you probably can't tell, but these two colors are beat. Songbird is one of my favorite. Again, it's that brown nude color, and then Wisteria is like a mauve pink, and then this is like a very nice pop of color that's nice during summer. That is Snapdragon. So I am going to be keeping this set. I use it quite often. This one's called the Becca Afterglow. These have smaller pans. These are supposed to be like highlighters, and then these are two of their mineral blushes. I love these two mineral blushes. They're my favorite, along with Songbird and this one. And that one is Wild Honey and Flower Child. I just picked up during the Ulta sale. They had these two colors half off. So I just picked up those blushes, and I also picked up minis in these. So I'm actually going to be decluttering this one. I think this is a really, really nice way to try out the blushes as well as these highlighters. Even though they're small pans, I mean, I haven't put a dent in any of the highlighters. So I am going to be decluttering this palette. This is the Asprey Ski Glow Kit. I got this last year when it was half off at Ulta, and I just started playing with it. I love the Becca highlighters and blushes, so I am going to be keeping this one. Between the minis and this, I feel like now I have like full size items, and I think this is great. Like if I do travel for a family event, to just pack this up instead of my minis. And it has a few blushes that I don't have, like the Winterberry and the Blush Copper, and then the bronzed Bondi color. The highlighters, the Rose Quartz and the Opal, I do have in the new minis, but I am decluttering that other little mini palette, so I'm okay with a few duplicates, but I am going to be keeping this palette. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Next up is this Spotlight Highlight by BH Cosmetics. This is a really great highlighting palette. I know some people compare it to the Anastasia palettes. I am going to be letting this one go just because I have so many highlighters in my collection that I just feel like somebody else will get use out of it. I only used it a handful of times, so I am going to be letting go of this palette. Another palette that I am going to be letting go of is this NYX Strobe palette. I've only used this a few times. I've used this as a bronzer. This purple is absolutely gorgeous, and I've used like these shades. This is a really, really nice strobing kit, but I just have so much in my collection now that I don't reach for this anymore, so I am going to be letting go of this palette. Next up are these Anastasia glow kits. These were half off last Christmas as well. I'm going to be keeping the Aurora. I do dip into this one, especially during like Halloween and when I do some of my fun looks on Instagram. I absolutely love this formula and these colors. They don't come off crazy. They're just a hint of green and blue. I've used all of these colors and they are absolutely stunning. Just so you can see, and then we'll do like this purple color next to it. I mean, they're just really, really pretty. So I am going to be keeping the Aurora, but I am going to be decluttering Moonchild. I don't think I ever used this one. I actually picked up Moonchild first. Didn't see Aurora at Ulta, so I picked this one up first, and I do think this is more for like more fair skin, whereas the Aurora is more for light to dark skin colors. I do think this favors more of the fair skin girls, and again, this is like brand new, so I'm probably gonna put this up on my Poshmark. I am gonna be keeping this one. I found this one afterwards half off at Sephora, so that's the reason why. I probably wouldn't have picked up Moonchild had I come across this one first. Since I decluttered my BH Cosmetics, I am going to keep this one, but if I don't dip into it, then I'm going to declutter it next time. This is the In Nude Endo by ColourPop. I find this to be very similar to the BH Cosmetic ones, but I do find myself reaching for this one more because of just that creamy formula that ColourPop has. So I am going to be keeping this one. I'm really not going to get into my contour kits. They do live in here. I do have this cream contour by Anastasia. I'm going to be keeping all these because I'm still playing with them. This is the light to medium by Anastasia. I got this one half off too at Ulta. I'm telling you, Ulta does like their 21 days of beauty twice a year, and you can get so much high-end stuff half off. This is another one I got during their 21 days of beauty. This is the Lorac one. And then this one, I actually got this one and it full price, and it's my favorite out of all of them. This is the Smashbox contour kit. It's just this little 3-pan, and this lives in my work vanity, and I pretty much use this every single day. This is beat. Probably can't tell, but it is. But I am keeping all of those. We're gonna go really quick through my singles. I'm pretty much keeping all of these. This is the Essence Nude. I got this on account of Kathleen Lights, and it is an amazing glow from within highlighter that I use all the time. It doesn't look like it, but I use this every day pretty much to work. This is one of my favorite highlighters just for everyday use because it's not too beaming. This is another amazing highlighter. This is Luna. This is in Calypso. This is a really pretty like purple highlighter, but it's like not too intense like the Aurora, but it has like a purple shift to it. This is very pretty. I got this in an Ipsy, I think, and I am keeping this one. I'm keeping most of these, just so you know. Here's one mini I am getting rid of. This is the Becca. This came in a kit, but I've gotten new ones in new packaging that I like more. I think I used this one once and it's just not for me, the cream. And then this I love, but again, I got like a set, so I'm gonna be decluttering both of these. I didn't really use them very much, so I'm probably gonna bundle them up and put them up as well, but these I am decluttering. So these are the new minis that I got. This comes in amethyst, rose quartz, vanilla quartz, and opal. These are some of their popular colors. Did get this set because I wanted the minis, because I know I'm not going to go through those large pans, because again, I have some of these shades in one of the Becca and the Osprey kit. Not all of them, but I think this is just a nice way to have the highlighters because I do enjoy the Becca formula. And they're mini, and this was like 40 bucks, so you get like each of these for $10, so I think that's great. And then I do have the mini Champagne Pop because this is like a cult favorite. It's a very pretty highlighter. I don't know that I would say it's one of my favorites, but it is gorgeous. Highlighter that I've been loving a lot lately is this Fenty Hustler Baby. I got this, like it's the mini with the mini gloss bomb, and I didn't use this a lot, and then I used it on my stepdaughter like a couple weeks ago. Actually, I stepped away from my vanity and she covered her face in this stuff, and so I started playing with it, and it is absolutely stunning. I mean, this color is gotta be one of my favorites, so I am keeping this one. Another mini I purchased recently is this Bobbi Brown one. I was not impressed with this one. I am keeping it. It is a decent highlighter. I just have other highlighters in my collection that I really enjoy more. All the more reason that luxury is not always better, because I'm not crazy about this highlighter. And then here is the new Ofra packaging. This is what I thought I was going to get my blushes in. But these are the highlighters in Rodeo Drive and Blissful. And I picked this up during, I think Ulta was having a sale. I don't know, but these were like half off. They were like 16 bucks. So I thought that was an amazing price to try it. This one's more of a pinky highlighter, and then this one's more of a gold, like champagne color. Absolutely stunning. Great formula. These have quickly become some of my favorite highlighters. Another favorite is this Dose of Color, the Desi and Katie collaboration. This is Fuego. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's a really pretty shade. You could really build it up. I am going to be keeping this one. I just recently got it and I do enjoy it. Another beautiful highlighter is the Amrezy highlighter. This one's a little bit lighter. Look at this packaging. It's just so pretty. It's a little bit more of a yellow, whereas this is more of a gold. I am going to be keeping that one as well. I think I've gone through I've gone through everything. All right, so let's take a look. This is what the drawer looks like. So Here are some of my single blushes, a few spots for the new Becca blushes that I ordered. Again, those were on sale at Ulta. I hope you guys caught that sale. And then we have some bronzers back here, some toppers, more blushes. Some of these items do live in my work vanity, so there's going to be a little bit more space in here. Here are my mini Becca highlighters, another blush, some more highlighters, and then my palettes over here. So all this I am keeping, and then right here is what I am decluttering. There are 18 items, which I'm really happy about. There are a few that I already know I'm going to be gifting now with the holidays coming, and then some stuff that will be going on my Poshmark, and then some stuff that I do think is old and I need to toss. That will do it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like me and haven't already subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it if you did. And click the notification bell so you know when I upload. And until next time, guys, bye.